foundation of biochemistry. It is from the subject Introduction to Biochemistry. Now, foundation of biochemistry. Now we know that millions of 4 billion years ago, life arose. Means from simple molecules, a single cell was formed. They were formed by extracting energy from organic compounds or from the sunlight, which they used to make a vast array of most complex biomolecules from the simple elements and the compounds on the Earth's surface. From the simple elements, a compound cell was a complex living cell was formed. Biochemistry subject asks how remarkable properties of the living organisms arise from the thousands of different lifeless molecules. When these biomolecules are isolated and examined individually, they conform to all the physical and chemical laws that describe the behavior of the inanimate matter, as do all the processes occurring in the living organisms. A high degree of chemical complexity and microscopic organization, that is thousands of different molecules make up the cell's integrate internal structures. Systems for extracting, transforming and using energy from environment, enabling the organisms to build and maintain their structures and to do chemical, mechanical, osmotical and electrical work. Inanimate matters tend rather to decay towards more disordered state to come to an equilibrium with its surrounding. Biochemistry describes in molecular terms the structure, mechanism and chemical processes shared by all the organisms and provides organizing principles that underlie life in all its diverse forms. Principles we often refer collectively as the molecular logic. Although biochemistry provides important insights and practical application in medicine, agriculture, nutrition and industries, its ultimate main goal or concern is with the wonder of life itself. As we can see how life is formed from the simple atoms, that is the carbon and the oxygen atoms, the molecules are formed. When two atoms combine together, a simple molecule is formed. When these molecules are again combined together, then the metabolites are formed. When the metabolites combine together, they form the building blocks, which is of the size 100 to 350 daltons, and means for example an amino acid. When many molecules combine to form a amino acid, then these amino acids combine to form means they combine by a peptide bond and they form a whole chain to form the macromolecule, that are the proteins, and the proteins together combine to form the supramolecule complexes, and these supramolecule complexes combine to form the organelles of the cell, and all the organelles together form a simple living cell. Cellular foundation. The unity and diversity of organisms become apparent even at the cellular level. The smallest organism consists of a single cells and are microscopic. Large multicellular organisms are made up of many cells and which vary in size, shape and specialize in different functions. Despite these obvious differences, all the cells of the simplest and the most complex organisms share certain fundamental properties which can be seen at the biochemical level. All the organisms fall into one of the three large groups, kingdoms or domains. Means it is mainly divided into three main groups, that is the eukaryotes, the eubacteria and the archaebacteria. Two large groups of prokaryotes means the prokaryotes are eubacteria and archaebacteria, can be distinguished on the biochemical ground, that is archaebacteria. It is from the Greek word arche means origin, and the eubacteria again from the Greek word eu means true. Eubacteria inhabit the soil, surface waters and the tissues of the other living or decaying organisms. Most of the well-studied bacteria include E. coli and eubacteria. The archaebacteria, more recently discovered, are less well and characterized biochemically, mostly inhabited in extreme conditions like salt lakes, hot springs, highly acidic blocks and ocean depths. This is the three distinct domains, that is the eubacteria and archaebacteria, which is the prokaryotes, and the eukaryotes, that is the well-developed cell having the well-developed nucleus. Structural hierarchy of the molecular organization of the cell. As you can see, from the nucleotides, DNA are formed. From DNA, the supramolecule complexes, that is the chromosomes, are formed, and thus the cell is formed. In the same way, amino acids or sugars, they they form macromolecules and then the organelles, and that is how the whole cell is formed. Now next topic is water. What is water? Water is a simple molecule. We know that Earth consists of 70% of water. One molecule of water is made up of 2 hydrogen atoms bonded with 1 oxygen atom. The molecular formula is H2O. As you can see, the bond that forms the water is the covalent bonds. Means 2 hydrogen atoms come and bind covalently to form a single water molecule. Water is a polar molecule and has oppositely charged end. Means the oxygen molecule has the delta negative charge while the hydrogen molecule has the delta positive charge, and this pairing is done, and that is how the polar molecule is formed. The oxygen has unpaired and paired electrons, which gives the slightly negative charge to the water, while the hydrogen has no paired electrons and share all the electrons that it has with the oxygen atom, leaves the molecules with the positively and negatively charged end. Means this is the positively charged end and this is the negatively charged end. Properties of water are, water is a polar molecule. It has the properties of cohesion and adhesion. It has high specific heat. The density of the water is greatest at the 4 degrees Celsius. It is the universal solvent of life. It has capillary action. It has surface tension and it has buoyancy. Now polarity of water. In water molecules, 2 hydrogen atoms form single polar covalent bonds with an oxygen atom. Gives water more structure than the other lipids. As we can see, it has the negative charge as well as the positive charge. So it has a polarity in its character. Because the oxygen is more electronegative, the region around the oxygen has a partial negative charge. The region near the 2 hydrogen atoms has partial positive charge. A water molecule is a polar molecule with the opposite ends of the molecule with the opposite charge. Water molecules form hydrogen bonds. As you can see, 2 water molecules can be joined together by forming the hydrogen bonds. Water has a variety of unusual properties because of the attraction between these polar molecules. The slightly negative region of one molecule are attracted to the slightly positive region of the nearby water, and that is how one water molecule can combine to the 4 different water molecules. Each water molecule can form hydrogen bonds with the 4 other neighbors. Water is considered to be the universal solvent. Means a liquid that is a completely homogeneous mixture of 2 or more substances is known as a solution. A sugar cube, when it is dissolved in water, will eventually form a uniform mixture of sugar and water. The dissolving agent is the solvent, and the substance that is dissolved, that is the solute. Means in this example, the sugar is the solute, while as the water is the solvent. In aqueous solution, water is the solvent always. Water is an effective solvent as it can be form hydrogen bonds. Water clings to the polar molecules, causing them to be soluble in water. Hydrophilic molecules means attracted to the water. Water tend to exclude the non-polar molecules, while hydrophobic elements means that is repelled by water, means they don't like water. Phobic means fear. Hydro means water. Philic means loving. Hydro means water. Now cohesion property. Because water is a polar molecule, it is attracted to itself. Cohesion is the attractive force between the water molecules. As you can see, 2 water molecules are always attracted towards each other. Now adhesion. Because water is a polar molecule, it is attracted to the other substance. Adhesion occurs when the molecules of water are attracted to the other substance. Surface tension is a measure of the force necessary to stretch or break the surface of a liquid, is related to the cohesion. Means we know that water molecule is having an invisible layer. It has a covering. It cannot be broken down easily. This tension, because of which the water molecules, means because of cohesion, the water molecules are together, and so they cannot be broken or divided. Means it requires a force to be broken. As you can see, this is the example of a mosquito sitting on the water, and it can sit because of the surface tension. Now acids. What are acids? Acids dissociate in water to increase the concentration of H+. Any substances that increases the H+ ion concentration is known to be acid. They have many H+ ions and it is sour in taste. The HCl, that is the hydrochloric acid, is the best example of the acids. Base combines with the H plus ions when dissolved in water, thus is decreasing the H plus concentration. Any substance that decreases the H plus concentration and increases the OH minus concentration is said to be a base. They have many OH minus ions, they are bitter in taste. Then the best example is NaOH, that is the sodium hydroxide or the baking soda. So strong acids and bases can completely dissociate in water, while as weak acids and bases can dissociate only partially and reversibly. As you can see, this is the scale, pH scale. What is pH? pH is the measure of the acidity or the basicity of a substance. This is the example of some of the substances that is having its given pH. Now atoms and chemical bonds. The structure of any molecule is a unique and specific aspect of its identity. Molecular structure reaches its pinnacle in the intricate complexity of the biological macromolecules, particularly the proteins. Although proteins are a single chain of amino acid, means they are amino acid when they are covalently linked, they form protein. But proteins, they fold, they form tertiary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary structure to form a complex molecule, highly ordered architecture that is an identifying characteristic of the given protein molecule. Weak forces maintain the biological structure and determine the biomolecule interaction. Covalent bonds hold atoms together so that molecules are formed. In contrast, weak chemical forces of non-covalent bonds, for example hydrogen bonds, van der Waals bonds, ionic interaction and hydrophobic interactions, are intramolecular or intramolecular attractions between atoms. Thus, these weak forces create an interaction that are constantly forming or breaking at the physiological temperature, unless by cumulative number they impart stability to the structure generated by their collective action. Now, what are van der Waals bond? Van der Waals forces are result of induced electrical interaction between closely approaching atoms or molecules as their negatively charged electron clouds fluctuate instantaneously in time. These fluctuations allow attractions to occur between the positively charged nuclei of the electrons of the nearby atoms. Means the electrons of the nearby atoms is attracted to the nucleus of the other atom. This force is known as the van der Waals force. Now, what are hydrogen bonds? Hydrogen bonds formed between the hydrogen atom covalently bonded to the electronegative atom, such as oxygen or nitrogen, and the second electronegative atom that serves as the hydrogen bond acceptor. Now, what are ionic bonds? Between different atoms of metals and non-metals with very different electronegativity, ionic bonds are formed. They are bonds formed by the transfer of electrons. They produce charged ions all states. Conductors have high melting point, for example NaCl, CaCl2 and K2O. So ionic bond can be defined as the bond formed between two ions by the transfer of electrons. Means electrons are transferred and thus the ionic bond is formed. This is the chart of different chemical bonds, that is the van der Waals bonds, hydrogen bonds, ionic interaction and hydrophobic interaction. So as we know, van der Waals, what it is? It depends on the relative size of the atoms or the molecules and the distance between them. The size factor determines the area of contact between the two molecules. The greater the area, the stronger the interaction. While hydrogen bonds are relatively steady as proportion to the polarity of the hydrogen bond donor and the hydrogen bond acceptor, more polar atoms form stronger hydrogen bonds. Strengths also depend, and ionic interaction are they are the strength that depends on the relative polarity of the interacting charge species. Some ionic interaction are also hydrogen bonds. Hydrophobic interaction is force is the complex phenomenon determined by the degree to which the structure of water is dissolved as the discrete hydrophobic molecules or the molecular region coalesce. This is the ionic bond formation, how Na gives the single electron to Cl ions and thus the bond is formed. formed by the sharing of electrons. They are between non-metallic elements of similar electronegativity formed by the sharing of the electron pairs. Stable non-ionizing particles, they are not conductors at any state. For example, O2, CO2, C2H6, H2O and SiC. As you can see, there are two atoms that they share the electrons. As in the ionic bonds, the electron was given, but in covalent bonds, both of them share one electrons together to form the covalent bonds. Now, what are metallic bonds? They are formed between the atoms of the metallic elements. Electron clouds around the atoms are formed. They are good conductors at all the states. Lustrous, very high melting points. The examples are sodium, iron, aluminium, gold, cobalt, etc. This is the structure of the metallic bonds. Means there are protons and electrons. There is a sea of electrons that run through the protons. Sea of electrons, they are running through in the center region of the protons.